You are never wrong. You are always doing the best you can with the understanding, knowledge, and awareness you have. My darling, let those words sink into you for a moment. So many of us walk around carrying invisible burdens, old mistakes, harsh self-criticism, regrets that echo in our minds like an endless tape. But the truth is this: you are not wrong. You have never been wrong. Every choice you made, every step you took, was the best you could do with the awareness you had at that time. If you had known more, you would have done more. If you had been stronger, you would have chosen differently. But you did what you could, and that is enough. Self-criticism is like dragging a heavy bag behind you everywhere you go. It slows you down. It exhausts you. It convinces you that you are not worthy of happiness, that you must punish yourself before you can ever be free. But punishment does not heal. Blame does not transform. Only love heals. Only forgiveness opens the door to freedom. So today, let us learn how to change that voice inside your head, the one that criticizes, judges, and repeats old stories of failure. Let us soften it, transform it, and teach it to speak the language of love. Because the truth is, my love, healing does not come from fixing yourself. Healing comes from remembering that you were never broken. Now let us look a little deeper at why this change feels so difficult sometimes. Have you ever noticed how when you say an affirmation like, "I love and approve of myself," a part of you immediately shouts back, "No, you don't. That's not true." This is the conscious mind at work. The conscious mind, the surface level of your thoughts, has been trained for years to believe in your limitations. It argues, it resists, it doubts. This is why so many people give up on affirmations too quickly. They say, "I tried saying loving words, but it didn't work. It just felt false." And I tell them, of course it felt false at first. The conscious mind is like a guard standing at the gate. It thinks its job is to protect you by keeping out anything new, anything unfamiliar. And so when you try to plant seeds of love, the guard says, "No, you're not allowed. That's not who you are." But here is the miracle. Beneath the conscious mind lies the subconscious, and the subconscious does not argue. It does not debate. It simply receives. The subconscious is like fertile soil. It accepts whatever seeds you plant and it grows them. It does not say, "This seed is true, that seed is false." It simply nurtures what is placed within it. For many years, most of us have been planting weeds in that soil. Thoughts of fear, guilt, shame, unworthiness. And of course, weeds have grown. Illness, failure, conflict, loneliness. Not because we are bad, not because we are broken, but because the soil grew what was planted. But the beauty is that the same soil will grow flowers just as easily. If you plant love, love will grow. If you plant peace, peace will grow. If you plant abundance, abundance will grow. So how do we plant in the subconscious? We do it through repetition, through gentleness, through messages that bypass the guard of the conscious mind. That is why subliminal affirmations can be so powerful. When you listen to them while you relax or as you sleep, the conscious mind grows quiet and the subconscious opens. And in that openness, seeds of truth can be planted. I am worthy. I am safe. I am loved. At first, the conscious mind may still resist. It may still argue. But little by little, the subconscious begins to bloom with new beliefs. And once the subconscious changes, everything changes. Because your subconscious is the root system of your life. It is the part of you that shapes your automatic reactions, your expectations, your sense of what is possible. When the roots are healed, the tree flourishes. Think of it this way. If your conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg, your subconscious is everything beneath the water. It is vast. It is powerful. It guides nearly all of your daily life, your habits, your emotions, your automatic responses. And yet, most of us try to change only the tip of the iceberg. We shout affirmations at the surface, and then we wonder why nothing moves. But when we reach the subconscious, we reach the source. And when the source shifts, the whole iceberg turns. This is why it is so important to be mindful of the words you repeat to yourself. Even if you think they don't matter, they are sinking into the subconscious. Every criticism, every "I can't," every "I'm not good enough," it all lands in the fertile soil. But every loving word, every "I am safe, I am loved, I am whole," also lands there. Which seeds do you want to plant? Which garden do you want to grow? Let us practice together for a moment. Close your eyes, take a gentle breath, and repeat softly, "I am doing the best I can. I am willing to grow. I am worthy of love." As you say these words, imagine them dropping like golden seeds into the soil of your subconscious. Don't worry if your conscious mind whispers, "That's not true." Let the whisper pass. Focus instead on the feeling of planting, of sowing, of nourishing. Because, my darling, given time, those seeds will grow. When the subconscious begins to accept new messages, you will notice subtle shifts. Perhaps you wake up with a little more hope. Perhaps you respond to criticism with more calm. Perhaps opportunities begin to appear where before there were only closed doors. These are not coincidences. These are reflections of your new inner garden. And I want you to remember, the subconscious is always listening. It hears not just the words you speak aloud, but the silent words you whisper in your mind. It hears your thoughts as prayers, as commands, as instructions. So be gentle with yourself. Choose words that support, not words that wound. Speak to yourself as you would to a beloved child, with patience, kindness, encouragement. You are never wrong, my dear. You have always been doing the best you could, given the awareness you had. Now, as you open to new awareness, as you plant new seeds in the soil of your subconscious, you will see your life transform. Not overnight, not with pressure, but with love, with repetition, with trust. Let today be the day you stop punishing yourself for the past. Let today be the day you begin speaking gently to your subconscious, teaching it the truth of who you are. Safe, worthy, loved, whole. And as you do, watch how the universe mirrors that truth back to you, through peace, through abundance, through relationships filled with kindness. The power is within you, and it has always been. Your subconscious is ready to bloom with love. Plant the seeds, nurture them daily, and your life will flourish in ways you cannot yet imagine. My darling, let us step together into a practice that may sound simple, but in truth, it carries the power to reshape your entire inner landscape. I often say, your subconscious accepts whatever you choose to believe. And the beauty is that your subconscious does not argue. It does not debate. It does not say, this is right, this is wrong. It simply absorbs. That is why subliminal messages are so effective. Subliminal affirmations bypass the conscious mind, the part of you that resists, that doubts, that says, this isn't true. Instead, they travel straight into the subconscious where they can take root. Think of subliminals as seeds of love being planted in the deepest soil of your being. With repetition, With patience, those seeds grow into strong beliefs, and those beliefs create a new life. Now, how do we practice this? Begin with consistency. Listening once or twice is not enough, just as watering a plant once is not enough. The subconscious is shaped by repetition. That is why I suggest you listen for at least 30 days. Each time you listen, you are watering the seeds of your new beliefs. Make it a habit to listen in the morning and before sleep. Why those times? Because in the morning, your mind is fresh, not yet filled with the day's noise. You can set the tone before the world intrudes. And before sleep, your mind is soft, open, ready to drift into the subconscious state. The words you hear in those moments are carried into your dreams, woven into your inner fabric. Imagine this. As you fall asleep, you are hearing gentle affirmations. I am safe. I am worthy. I am loved. Your conscious mind is too tired to resist, so it lets them pass through. And as you sleep, your subconscious receives them, nourishes them, and makes them your new truth. Slowly, you begin to wake with more peace, more hope, more confidence. Not because the world changed, but because your inner programming did. I want you to know something important. There is no need to force belief. You may not feel the affirmations are true right away. That is natural. Do not let that stop you. Even if your conscious mind whispers, "This is silly, this isn't real," keep going. The subconscious is listening anyway, and one day you will notice that the words you once struggled to believe now feel natural, even obvious. That is the power of reprogramming. So commit to it, my love. Create a ritual. Put on your headphones in the morning while you prepare for the day. Listen at night as you close your eyes. Let the gentle stream of affirmations wash over you. Do this faithfully for 30 days, and watch as new beliefs take root. I am enough. I deserve love. I welcome abundance. Remember, your subconscious is your most loyal servant. It obeys whatever you feed it. So feed it love, not fear. Feed it encouragement, not criticism. Feed it truth, not lies. And the life that blooms will astonish you. Now let us talk about the voice that speaks to you most often, the one inside your head. This voice has been shaped by years of influence, parents, teachers, society, culture. If you grew up in an environment of criticism, your inner voice may sound harsh, impatient, demanding. It may repeat the words you once heard. You'll never be good enough. You should be ashamed. You're not doing it right. And without realizing it, you begin to believe that voice. But here is the truth. That voice is not truly yours. It is borrowed. It is a recording from the past. And you, my darling, have the power to change it. The goal is not to silence your inner voice, but to transform it, to make it gentle, kind, encouraging, to make it sound like a dear friend, a wise guide, a loving parent. Imagine if, instead of hearing constant criticism, you heard a voice that said, "It's okay, sweetheart. You're doing your best. Take a breath. Try again. I believe in you." How different would your life feel? So how do we practice this transformation? First, find new sources of nurturing voices. Listen to books, audio programs, or trusted teachers whose tone is gentle, kind, and supportive. Let your subconscious absorb their cadence, their rhythm, their kindness. Over time, your inner voice begins to echo the voices you expose it to. Second, practice repetition. When you are under stress, when you feel overwhelmed, pause and deliberately repeat kind words to yourself. At first, it may feel artificial, but with time, it becomes natural. The brain learns through practice. The more often you repeat supportive words, the more your inner voice adopts them as its default. Third, notice the tone. It is not just what you say to yourself, but how you say it. Many people try affirmations, but repeat them with urgency, with pressure. I have to love myself. I must be positive. That is not healing. That is another form of criticism. The tone must be gentle, kind, unhurried. Whisper to yourself as you would to a frightened child or a weary friend, softly, kindly, lovingly. Fourth, filter the voices you allow into your mind. If there are external voices in your life that are constantly critical, judgmental, or harsh, limit their power over you. You may not be able to silence them completely, but you can choose not to internalize them. Imagine turning the volume down on those voices, and in their place, turn up the volume on voices that lift you, encourage you, and remind you of your worth. Let us practice together. Close your eyes for a moment. Bring to mind the harsh inner voice, the one that criticizes. Now imagine turning down the volume like lowering a radio dial. Feel the quiet. Then imagine a new voice arising, a gentle, loving voice. Perhaps it sounds like your own, perhaps like someone you trust. Hear it say, "You are doing your best. I am proud of you. You are safe, you are loved, you are enough." Repeat those words softly, as though wrapping yourself in a warm blanket. Let them sink in. This is how you train your inner voice to change. By practicing, by repeating, by choosing. Remember, my darling, you will never heal by repeating the words of your old critics. You will heal by becoming your own ally, by becoming the friend, the parent, the comfort you always needed. And once your inner voice shifts, your entire life shifts. You carry a new energy, a new confidence, a new peace. You no longer fear your own mind because your mind has become a sanctuary, not a battlefield. So let today be the day you begin. Each time you catch the harsh voice, pause, smile, and choose again. Whisper gently, "I am safe. I am loved. I am doing my best." Repeat until the words become the natural song of your soul. I have said it again and again. No matter what the problem is, love is the answer. And self-love is where it begins. You can look at your health, you can look at your finances, you can look at your relationships. Each one of them is only a mirror of how much you value and honor yourself. If you do not love yourself, it is almost impossible to create lasting change in the outer world. But when you begin, even with the smallest step, to truly approve of who you are, miracles unfold. Think about how you speak to yourself. For so many years, most of us have repeated harsh words inside our own minds. You're not good enough. You should have done better. You'll never get it right. And every time we repeat those words, we are watering the seeds of self-rejection. But here is the truth. You are not your past mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not the cruel voices you once heard. You are life itself, choosing to express through this beautiful body and mind. When you change the way you see yourself, everything in your world rearranges to match. This is why I invite you into what I call mirror work. It may feel silly at first. It may even feel uncomfortable, but it is powerful beyond words. Each morning, stand in front of the mirror, look deeply into your own eyes and softly say, "I love and approve of myself exactly as I am." Not when you've lost the weight, not when you've fixed the relationship, not when the money comes. Now, here, today. Healing does not begin with pressure. Healing begins with permission. The permission to love yourself, to honor yourself, to see yourself as worthy of joy right this very moment. When you say these words, Resistance may rise. A voice may whisper, "This is not true. You don't deserve it. That is only an old pattern. That is not who you are." Keep going. Say it again. Say it gently. Say it kindly. Say it with as much sincerity as you can find. The subconscious mind accepts whatever you choose to believe. Each time you repeat, "I love and approve of myself," you are planting a seed of truth. With repetition, with care, that seed blossoms into confidence, into worthiness, into abundance. I want you to pause with me for a moment. Place your hand on your heart and breathe softly. Feel the rhythm of life moving through you. And now whisper, even if only in your mind, "I am worthy of love. I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of abundance." How does that feel? Notice the warmth. Notice the resistance. Notice it all. Nothing needs to be forced. Just willingness. Willingness opens the door. You see, my love, self-love is not vanity. It is not arrogance. Self-love is recognizing the miracle of your existence. It is remembering that you are a child of life itself. And when you love yourself, you cannot harm yourself. When you love yourself, you make better choices. When you love yourself, you attract people and experiences that reflect that love back to you. Self-love is the foundation. Without it, nothing truly lasts. With it, everything begins to heal. And yet there is another key, one that unlocks the prison of the past: forgiveness. Without forgiveness, even the strongest self-love is held back. Forgiveness is not about saying, "What they did was okay." No, my darling, forgiveness is about saying, "I will not carry this pain any longer." It is about setting yourself free. When you hold on to anger, when you hold on to resentment, you are drinking poison and hoping the other person will die. But you are the one who suffers. I have seen again and again that resentment and guilt are the most damaging thought patterns we can carry. Resentment long held can eat away at the body, becoming illness. Guilt always seeks punishment, and punishment always creates pain. But love, joy, and forgiveness, these are the great healers. They open the heart, they free the blood to flow with joy. They create harmony in every cell. So let us practice. Close your eyes for just a moment. Think of someone who has hurt you. Maybe it was long ago. Maybe it still feels raw. Allow their image to rise in your mind. You may feel anger, sadness, disappointment. That is okay. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, say softly, "I release you and set myself free." Again, "I release you and set myself free." And once more, with all the sincerity you can offer, "I release you and set myself free." Notice how your body responds. Perhaps a little tension leaves your shoulders. Perhaps your breath deepens. Forgiveness is not a one-time act. It is a practice. Each time the old pain rises, repeat the words. Each time resentment whispers, repeat the words. With repetition, the chains loosen. With repetition, the heart becomes light. And forgiveness is not only for others. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. We look back on choices we regret, mistakes we made, things we wish we had done differently, and we punish ourselves again and again with cruel words. But my love, hear me clearly. You are never wrong. You are always doing the best you can with the understanding, knowledge, and awareness you have at the time. When you know better, you do better. Beating yourself up will not change the past. Loving yourself will change the future. So let us practice self-forgiveness now. Close your eyes again and think of something you have held against yourself. Feel the weight of it. And now take a breath and say gently, "I forgive myself. I set myself free." Say it again. I forgive myself. I set myself free. One more time, let the words sink deep. I forgive myself. I set myself free. This is how we create space for healing. This is how we allow joy to return. Self-love and forgiveness are not separate. They are partners. One cannot truly exist without the other. To love yourself fully, you must forgive. And to forgive, you must love. Together, they open the door to abundance, to confidence, to peace. Together, they dissolve the poison of resentment and guilt. Together, they remind you of who you truly are, a being of light, a being of love, a being worthy of every good thing. So each day, return to these practices. Look in the mirror and say, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. Think of those who hurt you and whisper, I release you and set myself free. Think of your own past and repeat, I forgive myself. I set myself free. Do this again and again, not with force but with tenderness. Healing does not come from harshness. Healing comes from kindness. And remember, my darling, every time you choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, kindness over criticism, you are rewriting your story. You are planting seeds of peace in the garden of your mind. You are inviting the universe to respond with blessings beyond your imagination. My darling, let us keep walking together, because this next step is one that touches the heart of almost every human being I have ever spoken to. I cannot tell you how many times I have sat with someone, whether they were struggling with health, money, relationships, or simply their own sense of self. And underneath it all, underneath every story, there was one belief: I am not worthy. That belief, more than any other, is the barrier that blocks abundance, joy, and healing. But let me tell you the truth I want you to hold in your bones. You were worthy from the moment you were born. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because life itself chose you. You see, the idea that we have to earn worthiness is a lie we have been told, and a lie we repeat. Society tells us when you succeed, then you're worthy. When you are thin enough, rich enough, productive enough, then you're worthy. Parents, teachers, culture, even well-meaning ones say things that plant this lie in us, and we begin to believe it. We chase after achievement, approval, perfection, thinking, if I can just do enough, maybe then I'll finally deserve love. But my love, listen. There is no finish line you need to cross to earn worthiness. You were enough the moment you took your first breath. You are enough now. You will be enough always. So I invite you to a practice. It is simple, but it will transform your inner world. 3 times a day, morning, midday, and evening, write these words: I deserve love, joy, and abundance. Not just once, but 3 times. Because repetition matters. The subconscious mind learns by repetition. And every time you write those words, you are building a new groove in your mind. You are teaching yourself the truth. At first, it may feel strange. It may even feel untrue. That's okay. Keep going. The subconscious does not argue. It accepts. The more you repeat, the more natural it becomes. And one day you will look at those words and feel them in your very cells. I deserve love, joy, and abundance. Now let me tell you this. Abundance is not only money. Abundance is the smile of a stranger, the warmth of the sun, the breath in your lungs. Abundance is love, kindness, health, peace, laughter, opportunities. It is everywhere, waiting for you to open your heart. But if you believe I don't deserve, then abundance passes you by because you are not open to receive. When you change your belief, when you affirm your worthiness, you open the gates. You become a magnet for the very good you thought you lacked. Life always mirrors your beliefs. When you believe you are worthy, life cannot help but reflect worthiness back to you. And now, let us speak about another practice, another shift in awareness that can bring peace to your heart. So often, the first thought that arises in your mind is not the truth. It is only a reflex, a habit, a tired pattern. You might wake up in the morning and the first thought is, "This day will be hard." Or someone doesn't reply to you, and the first thought is, "They don't care." Or you make a mistake and the first thought is, "I am so stupid." These first thoughts are not who you are. They are echoes of exhaustion, old programming, memories of criticism you once received. Do not trust the first thought. Trust the pause that follows. Trust the breath that gives you space to choose again. When a negative thought arises, stop for just a moment. Breathe. Feel the air move in and out of your body, and then ask yourself, is this thought really true, or is it just a habit? More often than not, you will find it is only a habit. And in that space, in that pause, you can choose another thought. You can say, "I choose thoughts that nurture and support me." You can whisper, "I am safe. All is well in my world." You can smile gently and remind yourself, "I am doing my best, and that is enough." This is the gift of awareness. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. You are the one who can choose. And the more you practice pausing, the more you realize you do not need to believe everything that appears in your mind. You can let old thoughts drift by, like clouds in the sky, and you can choose new ones that bring peace. Let me give you a picture. Imagine standing at a train station. Each thought is like a train arriving. Some trains are labeled fear. Some are labeled I'm not good enough. Some are labeled lack, struggle, pain. And some are labeled love, joy, abundance. You do not have to get on every train that arrives. You can watch them come, you can watch them go, and you can choose which one to step onto. That is the power you have. That is the freedom of the mind. So, my love, here is your reflection. Ask yourself, what voices do I hear most often in my mind? Are they voices of love or voices of criticism? Which ones belong to me and which ones are echoes of others? And then ask, what one phrase of kindness can I begin to repeat instead? Maybe it's, I am safe. Maybe it's, I am worthy. Maybe it's simply, I am enough. Each time the old voice arises, practice replacing it with the new. It may feel awkward at first, but it is the way we retrain the mind. Ask yourself too, do I truly believe I am worthy of abundance? Do I trust that life wants to bless me? Do I allow myself to receive? Write it down, journal it. And when resentment rises, when anger lingers, ask, if I forgave today, if I let go right now, how free would I feel? This reflection is not to judge yourself. It is to bring you awareness, and awareness brings choice, and choice brings freedom. And as we come to the close of this time together, I want to bless you, my darling. Be gentle with yourself. You are never wrong. Every step you have taken with the awareness you had. And every step was the best you could do in that moment. Let go of judgment. Let go of the harsh voices. Fill your mind instead with words of love, with thoughts of peace, with affirmations of worthiness, and watch your life transform. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not unworthy. You are love itself, learning to remember. And as you remember, life responds. As you choose kindness, life mirrors kindness. As you affirm abundance, life reflects abundance. So walk gently today. Whisper to yourself, I deserve love, joy, and abundance. Pause when the old thoughts arise, breathe, and choose again. Let your inner voice become your best friend, your constant companion of kindness. And know this: life loves you. The universe delights in you, and so do I. All is well, my love. All is well.
Thank you so much for listening and supporting my show. If you have any questions or any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear your ideas, and I'm so excited to connect with you.